So, so we always talk about relationships, so let's kick it off with that, right? So let's talk about standards, and in relationships, and whether it's your dating or your significant other or your spouse, what are some of the things that you ladies consider to be important? What are some of the things on your checklist when it comes to standards?
Conversation. Elevate my mind.
Yeah.
Excite my brain.
For me,
That's
those
it.
are absolutely, you have to be able to communicate. And then there's also the other little things like hygiene and smoking and
What's the hygiene about?
you have to
Your nails have to
Right,
be
no. I know. I just want her to express it. Right.
Every way you can think of.
Because-
Body odor, your teeth.
Well, that's basic, right? Body odor.
Yeah, you would think it would be, but we just had this conversation about a week ago when we ran into
Wow, we did.
You I did.
Hygiene,
Yes,
them
yes.
not attending the dentist
Yes.
as frequently as they
Right,
should.
Right.
So,
yes,
yeah.
we did. Okay, that's fair.
And you started that.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Because
Okay.
that's a whole nother topic.
Well,
You said
that's
we will
for me.
visit.
That's
Right.
my
No, it's
standard.
true.
It's on
true.
her
That's my
list.
It is
standard,
on the list.
absolutely.
Okay. For myself, I think the thing that I need someone that's intriguing. I need someone that consistently hits the trigger points for me mentally. I can't just wake up and be like, oh, what do you think? Yeah. Like, I need to know what you're
Same
thinking.
here.
I need,
can't.
and I'm a person. I didn't hear you.
You say you're just there.
Just there, meaning you have nothing to
Taking up
offer
space.
mentally. Yeah.
Point exactly.
Yeah, nothing. But mentally, because sometimes you have people who are smart enough to figure out the puzzle, but can't put it together. So if you're smart enough to figure out the puzzle and I can put it together, then we possibly can work it out.
If you're
But
trying,
right. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's high standards, low standards, whatever, but I just need to know that there's something working up here, and this is not to say, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not to say that, feel comfortable.
You rethink that. Okay, you take a step back. So one item that's important for me is someone to match my hustle. And I just, that's huge. Your drive. And regardless, it doesn't matter what you do. Doesn't matter what your hustle is, what I'm doing, right? Because I don't sit still.
You just have to be the best at it.
But I need someone to match my hustle. And whether that support comes in the form of support me from a business venture or just sitting down having discussions with me about things that are on my mind and talking through things, or supporting me from a home perspective so I could get my hustle on, just that support in general. Because if I feel like I don't have anybody to fall back on, like that's a huge no-no. Like I'm in this game by myself. So help me
ambitious.
support
Somebody that's just as ambitious as you
Support
are.
my hustle,
And that is
whatever
major
that
for
is.
me too. Yeah, because I remember my sister said this to me. God bless her. My sister said, Raina, I wish I knew what I knew now. She said, Raina, I don't understand. How are you with someone that's not as ambitious as you are? And I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I understand now.
You don't know until you know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Ladies?
Nothing wrong with a little metrosexual.
Sexual, right, yeah.
Ladies, standards, anything? What's on your list?
Conversation, because we had it on our little trip. We were talking about how men are aging and not taking care of themselves as well as the women in our age group, right? And the thing that, Lisa's saying is, you should be taking care of yourself just as we are, period,
That's
right?
a concern
That's your
for me,
standard,
especially
right?
if I'm looking to date you,
Right.
and I know that there's future potential. And I'm not being selfish, but I want to live. At a certain age, I want to live and have fun, not worry about taking you to your party.
Standards though, because I see us at a certain level and I want us to, peak. And I'm like, you had us on the run. So, again, this is standard. What's our standard? How far can we fall below before we, think that we have to revive ourselves? Do we always need a breath of air, or can we just consistently breathe on our own? And that's what I would like to see from us, that we consistently breathe on our own. Slave driver.
That's how some men feels like, I'm a catch regardless. I don't have to take care of myself. He had nothing to offer. And I'm looking at no, serious. I'm like, you're going to marry
You think
him?
that was the only reason?
No, but I'm saying that she was like, no, I love him. And I said, what? He doesn't have a job. Like, he doesn't have nothing. He doesn't have a place to live. He's renting a room. Why? He doesn't have nothing to
But
offer.
remember, everything you're saying are your standards.
All right,
yours.
I digress.
Not her. No, I'm just saying.
You're right. I digress.
They're your standards. They're not hers.
Yeah. Well, it's hers now because she's divorced.
Yeah.
Can we be direct in our relationships in terms of the standards that we're looking for? I believe that if you're upfront and honest with someone from the jump, you're more inclined to get what you're both looking for. Can we be honest like that in our relationship?
Of course.
Do you think people are though?
You say
A lot
of
of
course,
people
but
are.
I was gonna say, but we gonna go back.
Are
Right.
you kidding me?
But we gonna go back.
Right?
Hey,
There's a level
we're
of
back.
rejection. I think some folks are concerned about that rejection.
Right.
You know?
But let's go back.
Okay, let's go back.
Right, because the more I don't think it's anything wrong with you being honest, but that's the
But
thing.
some things I need to keep to myself.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, because I'm gonna tell you something. Someone is gonna absolutely love that honesty.
Oh,
Who?
yeah.
We don't know. Was that a dig? No, because
Who for me?
we don't know.
Who is
It's
he,
because so this is what helps her though when she's on these like 5-minute dates, because it's like she's so upfront, so honest, that people who do not live that life are like, oh, they're intimidated. But someone who really says, you know what, I like this, let's go. It's a challenge. They want to hear more honesty. Good question. Ask one more time. Where they at?
You may be on that 5-minute date and you may give it to him. Well, he's like, wait a minute.
Right.
I'm not ready to end this.
Right.
I like
Exactly.
That's gonna be a
Right.
10,
Right.
15.
That's going to be a thing. Yeah. That's why I said there
That's
is
gonna be an
someone who likes
overnight.
that. Right.
And it's for me this time. Okay.
Right. They won't give you the opportunity to pay and push them away.
Right. Yeah, I got this.
So, do you think that it is everywhere that you go that you have standards? Like we were discussing when we were away the weekend, you know, we had so much trouble finding some place to sleep.
Amen. I'm not staying in the hood.
I'm with Missy on that.
Right.
Standards
We didn't say that we wanted to stay in the hood.
No, I have standards.
It
I
was
don't
just-
care what it costs.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
We
We
Leave
didn't
it up to
say
me.
that,
Your
but I
pocket's
just
gonna
want to
be
be
broke.
Yeah, I don't care what it costs.
Yeah.
Same thing with traveling in an airplane. Like I will not get the cheap seat.
I
I
don't
want my
either.
seat before I go. I want to make sure I have
Yep.
baggage.
talk
I
about
might
that?
just
Yep,
go
that's
first
funny.
class. Like I want my
Yep.
champagne.
Look, we
too.
done traveled
I mean,
so
I
much.
wanna be
Yeah, see, I'm
comfortable.
gonna be honest. I don't really care about where I sit on the plane.
Oh, I
It's
Oh,
just
I
a
need the
mode of
window seat. That's all that
transportation.
matters.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
need to be in
maybe
first
so. Then
class.
maybe
I don't
I
need to
should
be in
say
first class, but I
I
need
do
that.
care because I always need to be on the outer
I like-
seat.
Oh, you prefer
And
the out?
Yeah, but
Okay.
conveniently, yeah, it happens to me
But
every
look, we
time.
traveled
I like
together.
the
Haven't I
right.
left you?
I don't want to be
Yeah,
back
no,
there.
you think that's cute? You think that's cute? That,
I'm just saying.
We've traveled.
I
We
have
weren't together.
standards.
No, we weren't together.
She
You.
sat in a different seat.
No, she goes.
I was in first class.
No, she goes to first class.
She
You
was
think
in
that's
regular
cute? That was
class.
cute for that.
I've done
Like,
that.
That
People
actually
like,
is
but
an example
I
of
have
not a real friend.
I have
though. Let me
standards.
help you. And I actually have poor standards. If I think that my friend would be with me, and I would call her a friend, and
We
she,
were
look
on-
at her,
we
she's
were-
like,
Wait, we were on the same plane.
girl.
Well, you have to
We
choose
were
your seat
together.
anymay today.
were
No,
They don't
right,
even
we
give
have
you the
to-
option anymore.
No,
You
Right.
you don't choose it. It's the
It's
cheapest
gonna be
seat.
chosen.
Yeah, it's chosen for you. It's like
Right,
they put
that's
you.
what I mean.
Right.
But you
Yeah.
have to pay extra.
That's
Right.
That's
That's
why
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
sitting next to you originally. I just got upgraded. That's all.
She thinks that this is ill. So you sometimes it's a little annoying because sometimes you're like, well, I have to. I'm like, it's not
is
that
a Wednesday.
hard.
It's just not
Wednesday
talk to you
night.
about it anymore. I'm
Okay.
gonna stop having a discussion with you.
Wednesday
So
night.
at the end of the day, we're talking about standards, whether in relationships, in our professional lives, in our accommodations, in our travel. At the end of the day, I don't think it's a bad thing to have standards. Either you have some or you have none at all,
Right.
and then you deal with what you get. So definitely a good
Well, I think
discussion.
everybody
ladies.
should have some type of standards
Right.
though, because that get what you get thing is
Doesn't work for me.
not
All
at
right.
And
all.
then some people's standards don't matter. They'll have like real high standards
Oh,
over here,
oh,
and then for something
That
like
right
this down
there
here,
is
it's like, wait a second,
right,
that's
Right.
right,
Oh.
right,
Oh, I know
What's
several
that?
people like
Right,
that.
yes.
It doesn't
like,
matter.
how
That
do
is
you
a huge
only want to
thing.
work at, you know what I'm saying, DSW for you want to get
'Cause they
a
want a
bag
shoe discount.
for,
I'm a proponent of putting people on. If you
Right.
if you have the drive and you show initiative and the passion, that's important, right? Because you might get in there and work harder than somebody that is coming up in that industry.
Right.
It knows everything.
I
Just
agree.
for your sheer passion, right? So I think it's really important for folks to aim high. And at the end of the day, if somebody tells you no, don't go into something thinking, oh, they're going to turn me down, they're going to shut me down, they're going to say no. You're going to gain the experience, right, from number one, interviewing, for stepping into different arenas and trying. You may even find someone that sees potential in you and takes you under their wing as a mentor. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the sheer fact of taking the initiative to try, regardless of what it is. Don't say, oh, that job is out of my purview, I'm not going to get it, it's too much money, I know I couldn't obtain that salary. Go for it. A no, listen, a no just means that
Well, I think
you
she
got
means-
other avenues to go down. That's
No
all.
always meant to me. Try
That's
again.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
What you say is how you say it.
Well, I'm going to tell you that what you say and how you say it, sometimes when you say things a certain way, it also could be attack on people's intelligence.
Yeah.
And that could actually create more of a problem. Because even if you go around about saying it, it's like, well, why didn't you just say it this way?